I've got a wonderful story here that I pulled out of my notes from some years ago. In 1900, Swami Vivekananda was camping. He was the main disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, whom many people nowadays call or refer to as an incarnation of God. Anyway, a profound spiritual luminary. And so Swami Vivekananda came to the United States actually initially in 1893. But in 1900, he's camping with several women in Camp Taylor, which is just between Mill Valley and Olima in Northern California. There was some redwoods in the forest there. It's a pristine area, absolutely gorgeous. And so that's the scene. And I'm just going to read you this account from Ida Ansel, who is one of the women who was there. It's marvelously inspiring, and some of the things that Swami Vivekananda, shared with his students that night. Camp Taylor, May 1900. Mrs. Hansborough. Swamiji built a fire on a spit of sand that ran out into the stream, and we all sat around it in the quiet night. Swamiji sang for us and told stories, such as those about Sukadeva and Vyasa. Ida Ansel. I close my eyes and I see him standing there in the soft blackness, with sparks from the blazing log fire flying through it and a day-old moon above. We had a glorious meditation around that campfire. He said to us, "You may meditate on whatever you like, but I shall meditate on the heart of a lion, for that gives strength." It was a never-to-be-forgotten night. The profound stillness of the forest, the beauty of the fire, and most of all, Swamiji, serene and majestic, evidently very happy to be there, free from lectures and crowds of people. Though he was tired and needed a rest, how unutterably grand he was. We end life in the forest as we begin it, he declared. But what a world of experience lies between those two states. I can still feel the great peace and power of our meditation that night whenever I think of it. We shall crush the stars to atoms and unhinge the universe, he said. Don't you know who we are? We are servants of Sri Ramakrishna. It is those foolish people who identify themselves with their bodies that piteously cry, "We are weak, we are low." All this is atheism. Now that we have attained the state beyond fear, we shall have no more fear and become heroes. This indeed is theism, which we, the servants of Sri Ramakrishna, will choose, giving up the attachment for the world and drinking constantly of that supreme nectar of immortality, forever discarding that self-seeking spirit which is the mother of all dissension, and ever meditating on the blessed feet of our teacher, which is the embodiment of all well-being. With repeated salutations, we invite the whole world to participate in drinking that nectar which has been obtained by churning the infinite ocean of the Vedas, into which Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and other gods have poured their strength, which is charged with the life essence of the avatars, gods incarnate on earth. Sri Ramakrishna holds that nectar in his person in its fullest measure. What a great, great scene. It really touches me because of my love of nature and really just thinking about my time in the mountains here in Colorado and just what I consider to be the temple that God herself made. To get out there amongst those majestic mountains and those beautiful streams and those still mountain lakes with that steel blue color to them. A time when it really just takes your mind to the feet of the divine, looking through all of that beauty and knowing that which shines behind it. And to hear Ida Ansel and just how she speaks of him so mystically, so romantically even, picturing him in the dark, standing there giving these great teachings, to give up this world, to become fearless, to rise up and know that you are not weak, you are not small, that you are God manifesting, telling the story of love in 1,000,000,000 different ways. That's who you are. He's placed that story within your heart, the story that's led by that divine principle that we always talk about, that image of God that you are, and that your life is an expression, a one line in the encyclopedia of love, lived out, following your bliss, following your life, to live it consciously with an awareness of what you are. That's what brings fulfillment. That's what makes life a beautiful thing. So again, to remind you, you are that beauty. You are that wisdom. You are that perfect love, manifesting at the beginning through an ego and a mind. But eventually we get that ego out of the way and we begin to love like a Jesus, like a Buddha, like a Rama, equanimous and endless, caring, full of compassion, always ready to help. That's who you are. That's who we are.